So, on the last message, we spoke on insecurities. So, this is just going to be a second little portion on insecurities. It's going to be quick, but this is going to show you how this same thing can be used both ways. It can be used for the good or it can be used for the bad, and how it will appear in your life if you choose to use it for the good or for the bad. So, first off, I want to start out by thanking each of you for being here with me. You can be anywhere else in the world, but you choose to be here with me. So I just want to thank you and welcome you on this journey with me, because we're all journeying through life together. So, with insecurities, for insecurities that are not healed, it will show up as jealousy. It will show up as envy. And those, there's levels to each of those. But sometimes when people have insecurities, remember on the last message, I mentioned about how when you're insecure, you can become a little paranoid. So when you become paranoid, mix that with jealousy and envy. Now that's when it gets dangerous, and that's when people begin to project how they're feeling. They begin to project their insecurities, their paranoia, their envy and jealousy. They begin to project that on to other people when that very well may not be the case. And it becomes dangerous because when you are projecting something onto someone that is not true, now you're acting in a certain way. And when you're not getting the reaction that should be yielded from what you have done, that leaves you in more confusion when you already started out confused to begin with. So this is now, I don't even know what to call that, but it has now morphed into something else. So that's the unhealed version of confusion, of insecurity, which will lead to confusion and delusion. Now, when you heal confusion, and remember, we talked on the last message. If you had not listened to the last message, go back and listen to it. We talked about you heal confusion by facing it head on. And you face it by being honest with yourself so that you know what you're dealing with. Now, when you face this confusion and you deal, I keep saying confusion, so it must be meant for me to say confusion, because insecurity is pretty much you being confused about what you need to feel confident about. So it must be meant for me to say confusion. But this message is about insecurities. So the healed version of your insecurity will turn your insecurity into your personal power. This is when you realize that same point, that same weakness, that same insecurity is meant to be used for God's glory. It's meant to be used for the moral of your story. It's meant to be used for your purpose. It's turning your pain into purpose. It's turning those lemons into lemonade. That's what healed insecurity turns into power. When your insecurity is empowered, it can never be broken. Because that's not power that was given to you. That's not power that was inherited. That's power that was built from the ground level up. That's power that has a foundation that is sturdy. So you know what it feels like through each level of building up that power. So you are empowered. You are fortified. So which way will you go? Will you go with the unhealed version of your insecurity? Will you go with the healed version of your insecurity? It's for you to choose. So which way will you go? Which version will you choose?